Welcome to CMA Fest, the ultimate country music fan experience.
Yeah, it takes thousands of people to run this event every year, from CMA staff to Metro Police. One local teacher is spending part of his summer break working it as well.
Our Lydia Fielder live for us downtown. Lydia, tell us about the connection here.
Well, ladies, in the summer when he's not managing a 6th grade classroom in Sumner County, Drew Van Huss, you might find him here managing a stage at the CMA Fest. Drew is in his 14th year working the CMA Fest, and it's rather teaching social studies at Station Camp High School for 14 years. He's in his 18th year now working the CMA Fest. He is the manager for the Spotlight stage here in the Music City Center. He says his career started at CMA. He was an intern when he was at MTSU. Then he started working for them after graduation. At some point, he took a job teaching in Sumner County schools, but every summer he swaps the textbooks for the country tunes.
You know, it really doesn't feel like work for me. It's good to see old friends, and I've always been a big lover of country music. So it's great. I get to hear, like, you know, new songs and meet new artists, and it's a blast.
And Drew says he's not alone. He says there's a handful of teachers that he knows from Sumner County also working the festival too. Now, where we are here at Nashville Underground is a big honky-tonk bar, 50,000 square feet to be exact. So there are a ton of people in and out of here. I wanted to know how management prepared to handle this influx of people and how other bars on Broadway are likely doing the same thing. Hear what they told me about how they've prepped coming up at 5 o'clock. Lauren.
All right, Lydia Fielder, having so much fun down there. CMA Fest, ultimate country music fan experience, because this is Mecca for country fans. It takes thousands of people to run this event every single year, from CMA staff to Metro Police.
But one local teacher is spending part of his summer break to work it as well. Our Lydia Fielder tells us about the classroom connection.
In the summer, when he's not managing a 6th grade classroom, you might find Drew Van Huss managing a stage at the CMA Fest. Drew is in his 14th year of teaching social studies at Station Camp High School. He's also in his 18th year working CMA Fest. Drew is the manager for the Spotlight stage inside the Music City Center. He says his career started at CMA. He was an intern when he was at MTSU. Then he started working for them after graduation. At some point, he took a job teaching in Sumner County schools. But every summer, he swaps the textbooks for the country tunes. And he says he's not alone.
I know a number of teachers from Sumner County that will use a little bit of their summer vacation to come do this and to come work in a variety of situations. I know we've got some that do artist escort, some that do check-ins, so we're kind of scattered all over the place.
This is Drew's 5th year hosting the Spotlight stage. He says what keeps him coming back is getting to meet up-and-coming artists who sometimes go on to be big stars. And that's really what CMA Fest is all about as we look ahead to Nissan Stadium tonight, featuring big artists like Kelsey Ballerini, Cody Johnson, and Luke Bryan. Reporting in Nashville, I'm Lydia Fielder, WSMV 4.
Report is brought to you by Hughes and Coleman.
And Amelia, you had some big adventures in the last few days.
I feel like I was just here. I mean, I was here yesterday, but I feel like I was just here on Friday. But yeah, I got to host the Reverb stage down on Bridgestone Arena Plaza on Saturday. Then yesterday, all day, I was at the Spotlight stage talking to some incredible up-and-coming artists. I mean, it was just so fun to meet people and meet people backstage and meet everyone that just makes country music what it is. And I know we're going to talk about him, I think, during the 9 o'clock, but my stage manager yesterday, Drew, I got to give a special shout out to him because he has been working CMA since 2000. Wow. It's not his full-time job. He is a high school teacher at Station Camp High School. He does this over the summers because he loves it. Yeah. Such a really cool story, but it's just, you know, you don't just have music industry folks around CMA Fest. Yeah. You have I met a couple other teachers too. I'm like, they love to do it on their break. Yeah. Just giving back to the city. So really cool stories there, but it was just an honor to be there. You were there Thursday. Cole was out there yesterday. And speaking of a really cool story, though, 15 years ago, you were outside of Bridgestone Arena, and this time you were inside getting to host. I came all throughout middle school, high school, college, so it was really neat to see it from a different perspective. Yeah, those full circle moments are always so great. And you're talking about the teachers and other folks. Yeah. I mean, so many of them are songwriters on the side. Yeah. Hobby, too. Yeah. And to be able to start small at little stages at CMA Fest, and then you get to see them get bigger and bigger and bigger year after year is so fun. Yes. And Drew had actually, he had been with the close-up stage, or the Spotlight stage that I was at yesterday, since it started at 5 years ago. Used to be the one announcing. This was the first year they actually put hosts with it. So he got to kind of see his stage get bigger and bigger. Now it's got hosts and it's, just keeps growing. So really neat.
Awesome. CMA Fest, another one closes. Next year will be the 52nd. We got Bonnaroo guys coming up.
And after a very busy 4 days, CMA Fest has officially wrapped up.
Thousands upon thousands of country music fans were in Music City to see their favorite artists on stage, and also on stage some of our own.
That's right. Cole was out there yesterday, and Amelia Young, you were out there not only yesterday, but also Saturday.
Amelia was very busy. You also anchored yesterday morning, right?
I'm ready for a nap right after this. But it was so fun, and being from Nashville, I've gone just to CMA for so many years, so it was really special to be on stage. Saturday, I was outside Bridgestone Arena at the Reverb stage, and then yesterday I was inside Fanfare on the Spotlight stage, and I got to meet some really incredible artists and just hear their stories and celebrate the excitement with them, as a few of them actually made their CMA Fest debut. It was really cool to be a part of their career in that moment. But I really want to shine a light on one guy I met behind the scenes. His name is Drew Van Huss, and I hope he's watching this because I know he was watching all morning. He was my stage manager yesterday inside Fanfare, and while you may think that everyone backstage at CMA Fest is in the industry, they're actually not. Drew, he's one of the examples. He's a high school teacher at Station Camp in Gallatin. He's been helping out with CMA Fest for almost 20 years. He just loves the experience and the music. That's what brings him back every year. So on his summers off, he keeps on working with this. He's such a great guy. I also want to mention that he created a foundation called Every Kid is a Hero. He makes custom comic books for special education students and raises money for special education teachers. And we actually did a story with him a few years ago, Aaron did, highlighting this foundation that he's got.
Wow.
So just a really neat guy. You just never know who you're going to meet backstage or see. It's worth it to ask, some of those folks sitting around.
Yeah, and everybody has a story. And it takes so many volunteers, but you mentioned earlier, it wasn't just him that had an elongated career in the summer. Other teachers like to be out there too.
Like one of the guys that brought me to my, the handler that we had, because we were so important, I don't know. It was fun being like an artist for the day. But he was a teacher too from Sumner County. So, it's just a fun summer thing that they do. Can go brag to their students when they get back in the classroom, I guess.
And there's so many people like that. I feel like every single person just has some kind of story, not even some of them being in the music industry, which makes it so much more fun because you get to know so many other kinds of people that just love CMA Fest and being a part of it.
And for teachers especially, it makes sense during summer break.
Exactly.
I'm off.
So many moving parts and so many great people to make Music City what it really is.
Absolutely. Tons of families are planning